All right. So that was weird. Welcome everybody from BeginBot. Um, why do I have audio still coming from my laptop? So I don't know what that was. I had some. Oh, I know what this is. Always with the mod view and playing in the background. But so I had an issue with the NVENC encoder apparently for here. So I have to mess with that. So we are back on. There we go. Fixed. All right. I don't have to be online to get rated. Awesome. So here I am. Where is this audio coming from? All right. Fixed. No echo. Okay. So I am on i3 now and Arch, and I'm freaking loving it. And I have no idea how I managed to make it on Windows so long. So here I am. Let's hope OBS doesn't crash. It was crashing a few times on me this morning. I think I removed the offending plugin, but we're going to start working on our bot again. So let me build this real quick. Oh. Dev. And the bot is running. K-Thanks-Bye is not up, so rocker boo. Fresh out of luck. So I think we are connected to the WebSocket. I think that's set up. Voice is not going to work though, because I have not set anything up for that. It says we should be connected. So did we change scenes? Let's try it. No. All right, so we are failing somewhere. Why not Wingo written in Go? What is this? Instead of i3. All right, let's check it out. What is this? What is this? Wingo. Wingo is an X window manager written in pure Go. Interesting. So I had not seen that yet. Okay, so the bot is clearly not working. Oh, you know what the bot is? Hold on. Let's pop secrets here really quick. I was trying to change it over to its own name. And so I think the issue here is just the OAuth token for its own username not working properly. Durenv. Pop secrets again. All right. Durenv, allow. All right. EricBot dev run. And this may be a debugging stream because, you know. Okay. Let's see. Is this working? Ew, pink. No, it does not work. All right, so I guess we're going to be debugging. So I had all this figured out, and I swore that I tested it. I swear I did. So let's figure that out. So the issue seems to be that it's not even connecting to chat. So I guess let's figure that out. Oops, I accidentally closed that. Let's see. For the low price of $25, you can have Begin make a cute. I still want my QR code. I need to change my hotkeys. So I have hotkeys for doing switching between these windows and wait, because I'm hitting window instead. So I've got a couple of things like now in here. Yeah, that'll work for now. Let's quit that one. Let's quit that one. And what do we still have left in here? Okay. So we're going to split this vertically. There we go. Bear with me here. Little rusty with the i3. Okay. Am I sending messages too quickly? Is it on slow-mo? Okay, I had to refresh. You know, the charity things from issues to... Okay. So we need to figure out why this is not connecting. Let's figure it out. So we've got two things not connecting. One seems to be that it's erroring out with OBS. So let's remove that as an option. So we're just going to come here to that module. We're going to remove that. Let's get some tunes going. Let me know if the levels are here okay, because I basically had to start like all over with volume levels and all kinds of stuff. Okay, so it says that we are connected. So let's try to play our... Okay, so that's our issue, is we are failing to connect to OBS, which was basically just screwing everything up. So your sound stuff is not going to work because we need to... Is it 5,000? I swear that's the port we had it registered on. Oh, no. That's another project I'm working on. There we go. Now we can try and play a sound. All right. And I need my activity file feed. All right. Thanks for the follow, Dizzy Fox and Straight Rogue 16. Let's pop that out. Whoops. That is not at all what I wanted to do. All right, we'll look later. Okay. So, now we got to figure out why OBS is not connecting. Oh wait, did sound work? I don't even see sound, the command executing here. All right, let's debug. This will be a fun episode. All right. So we've got bot being registered. So in theory, our command should work. Oh, my bad. LSP time. Yes. So I did get all of that set up last night. Thank you, Rocker Boo, for the help with that. And McCann, if McCann's here. Okay, let's figure this out. So first one is sound. We'll figure out why sound isn't working. Did I disable it? That is not what I wanted to do. Thanks for the follow, Warpaint. All right, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I swore all of this was working. So let's figure this out. We've got bot and... So Twitch is connecting, Hugh's connecting. Bot is where the sound stuff is registered. Let's just check here really quick. So sound is enabled. Play sound, user argmap. But we never see the command executed logic. So this is where this is coming in. So let's just add some debug code here. Oh, so this is where it's looking for the built-in commands. Let's just look at that LSP and autocomplete working. All right, let's see. Do I have the sound file? Oh, you know what? They were in a random folder. So that is a good call. Good call. All right. But I don't see the command being executed. I don't. Oh, because that is not. Okay. This makes sense. So this command executed right here only happens if we reach this far. It does not run if we were doing a built-in. So I think you may be right. I think it may be files. So let's solve that. I do have my backup here. Streaming media? No. Was it under... Where did I put you? Where did... WSL. Projects. EricBot Dev. Media. Okay. So that's what we need. We need to copy that entire media directory to right here. There we go. Now we can try it. You know what I don't like is I don't like that I can't autofocus the Let me turn that off just so we can hear it. Wait, why do I have... Let's open this and see whether we see the messages come through. Where are you? Failed to load resource. Wait, where's our WebSocket? Yeah, so that's not doing what we expect it to do. Oh, because the bot isn't running. Ah. It's always the simple stuff. Okay, so we see it coming through. I don't even know where that's being output from. But we're not seeing it in here. Why you no play? And I think that we can get sound through here. Let's just go to YouTube and play some random thing. Yeah, there we go.
Good grammar and spelling are important.
Okay, so we do have audio working through this browser, so it's not that. So let's see. This is in AppsFelt. Why do I not have... Or is it... No, it's HTML. All right, so I need to remember to do that. Thanks for the follow, Chris. Okay, so... Oh, so we're doing a console log here when the message is a bot place sound message. So we are missing some stuff. Yeah, so it is a WebSocket, so it looks like maybe it's not connecting to the WebSocket. I don't even see it listed here. What errors do we have? What is this? Refuse to apply style because its MIME type text plane is not supported. What? And we're not able to find bundle dot. Okay. Oh. Here we go. So let's just Let me know if I need to bump this font too. So let's go into our web directory, and we need to be able to do an npm run. I think first we need to do an npm install. Because I think I pulled this down from GitHub, so I hadn't done all of this. Now let's try an Eric bot dev run. And let's see, refresh that. There we go. Yeah, I need to start working on the README. All right, so we see the chat messages, but not the sound messages. Why do we not see the sound messages? Why do we not see the sound messages? So we're not even getting to this part. So let's go look at our too many movement keys. Let's go look at our built-in play sound. I thought that was in our built-in. No, that's our help. Okay, so this is the sound list. So let's... Wait, what was the command for that? Anybody remember? Oops. What are you doing? Oh, sounds. It's so simple. All right. So that's working. And we have sound. It's enabled. And that's that. Okay, so let's figure this out. Wait, that's not the bot, that's you, Eric? Right, yeah, so that was one of the issues that we had. I guess we can try that. Let's do that real quick. So I'm gonna come back down here. Ooh, command not found rubber duck. Oh, right. All right, so secrets. All right. Oh wait, I need to direm allow this real quick because it changed. Did I throw out my mouse? Not yet. I'm working on it. Boom. All right. So there's Eric bot dev. So that worked. So that's one thing off of our list. Oh, we're going to update the README. I don't have anything going on in the README right now. Install. I'm going to update the crap out of this, but for now, let's just say run npm install and npm run build. Inside. Web. We'll just add that as a note for now. So let's figure out. So we've got sounds down here. It is recognizing that. So let's figure out what is going on. I keep hitting the wrong movement keys. My keyboard is just like slightly shifted, which is having my fingers line up in weird places. Okay, so where is that command? It was built in. What are you talking about? Raw string literal not terminated. Where? Oh. Play sound. Where's that at? Anybody remember where we put that? It's in mod. Oh, right. Okay. So it's in modules, bot, action. There we go. There's play sound. So let's figure out what's going on. Do you have AG on your Linux box? Yeah. So I freaking love the Silver Searcher. Using it for years. It's like my favorite thing ever, and I love the fact that it honors my git ignore and things. Okay, so we should be getting here, right? Let's just see. I can't tell you how much I'm loving being back on i3. I still have a lot more tweaking to do, like for my bar setup and all of that stuff yet, but how many people here are Arch and i3 users and/or? All right, let's figure this out. Sound, yak. So we're not even making it there. You haven't moved past Debian Ubuntu yet? I'm curious why. I've used Ubuntu too. I've actually got fed up with Gentoo and Arch sometimes where things just keep breaking, and I've like said screw it and went Ubuntu. But I'm primarily been Arch over the years. Okay, so let's figure out where this is coming from. So that's just checking where it's coming from. Okay, I'm so confused right now. Yeah, I've done a lot of CentOS too, and RHEL, from, you know, that being the operating system used on the production servers. So we're never making it to this line. In play sound action. So let's figure out why. So no, well, we should go immediately here, right? Because in our config, we've got bot play sound. Okay. Is it not registering itself? Bot play sound. Debian just seems to work, but on the desktop side it isn't ideal, it would seem. So Ubuntu works with modern drivers and such, then copy and paste. Yeah, everybody makes stuff work for Debian first. Rocker Blay. Let's see. Rocker Booth, that is the play sound message, is the thing that's passed over the WebSocket. Thanks for the follow, Atomator. All right, so we're not, and that's the weird thing, we're not getting to this part. So this is the point at which we broadcast the message. So this is where we send it to the WebSocket. But I never saw this. And that's what concerns me. So we see this logic coming in. I don't even know where this is being hit from, but we never make it here. So I think it's got to be like our built. Is it okay with what bot is? I'm not sure I know what you mean. So this is our built-in stuff. That's not what we want. So I'm curious where we're falling off. Oh, so this is that. It's coming in. Oh, is it not finding it? Let's see. We're looking for registered actions. So let's see. Here's our action, right? Yeah, I think we're getting lost somewhere in here. No, because we never see command executed. We never see that, right? So we're not finding it in config commands. Let's print this out here. So this is our command name. And now let's print out what's in our config.commands command. We'll start there and then we'll see if it's available when status not. Oh. Wait a second, but Hugh's working, right? Yeah, so that's working. Thanks for the follow, Death by Code. I was just thinking this might be broken, but that's not the case. If not, if we're not streaming and it's not offline. Yeah. All right, let's kill this. Run it again. Okay, so we do see it here. It's being returned here. So we know it's hitting that. Is it enabled? Thanks for the follow, Toasted Cheeses. All right, let's see. Enabled. We will get this to work. It's weird because all of this stuff worked before. So it is enabled. So my guess is then that we're somehow tripping up against this logic. So println debugging. Okay, yep. So this logic is what's wrong. It's weird though, because why is Hugh getting called? So this must have something to do with our config for it, right? Oh. Watch this, everybody. This is going to work. And then I'll tell you why. Well, assuming the browser stuff works. Okay, so that worked. We've got our WebSocket. Did we just not hear it? Yep, Eric.dev is not streaming because remember we disabled the OBS plugin. And so this is just sort of a bug in the way this is set up. So the code is looking to see whether we are streaming. If we're not streaming, which would be the default, and it's not set to offline, then it's not going to work. So our issue is that if the OBS plugin isn't enabled, then that sort of breaks. So we do need to figure this out though, because this did not play, right? At least not at a volume we could hear. So we see it come through here. But no volume. Why no volume? Why no volume? We got a lot of errors though. I don't know what all this is. DOM exception play failed because the user didn't interact with the document first. What? What are you talking about? Okay, so we see that there. So it looks like we have to actually do something in the document. But I didn't see anything play either. Well, yeah, I mean, the path should work, right? Apparently we're going to download it, but...
This yak is as smooth and pink as it's going to get, sir. Shall we move on?
Okay, so that works. Resource interrupted as document, but transferred with MIME type audio wave. Is this like a MIME type issue? Oh, the size of the is too small. Whoa, that may be a little too big. Okay, so we know that we can play audio in the browser because we've done it with YouTube. We know that the files are accessible. We now know that the WebSocket is getting the message. So now we need to figure out why we don't hear anything. And from here, it looks like it's being played. Well, actually, wait a second. Because... Okay. So, thanks for the follow, Code with Sean. So, it looks like our playlist continues to grow. See, every time we put one in here. All right, so our playlist is getting bigger, but it never runs. So, let me take this off. So, our issue is that the playlist isn't getting played from. So we can figure that out. Oh, and I found another bug here. So we had it join multiple channels. And it looks like it's actually playing all of the messages from the other channel too. So we need to... that's not what I wanted. Okay. We need to add an issue. Browser source. Chat should only play our channel, not all channels joined. So this issue is because last stream we implemented a feature where the bot could join multiple channels and you could earn points for things that you do in other people's channels to use in this channel or whoever's running this bot. But we didn't update the code for this browser source so that it would only show the messages from the channel of the owner of the bot and not all channels that it is currently joined. So this is why we see like a bunch of Beacon bot stuff in here. So we'll solve that one next. So let's figure out why our playlist is not being played from. So we need to look inside of our app.svelte and that's just our to-do. So that pushes, that plays the playlist. So our issue is inside of Sound Player. Did we remove? Where is the logic that calls that on an interval? Right here. All right, so we're supposed to be calling Sound Player every second. Okay. When Sound Player runs, if the playlist is empty, we return. Is this returning? There may be a bug in this code. This has been the buggiest thing, and I just can't ever seem to get it right. Okay, so we need to... Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. I said split. There we go. And then we're just going to do an npm run dev here. And this will just keep updating our code for us. All right. Now. Okay. Let's figure you out now. I'm going to refresh. Ooh. Seriously? That's going to be annoying. Let's add this to our issues too. And it's weird because we never had that issue before. So this is for our browser source. Error. Media object can't be played if user doesn't interact with Tom. I feel like we're adding more issues here than we're removing. All right. Okay. Yep. That's our issue. So we have a bug in that logic. What is our bug? How's the font size, everybody? We good? So we're going to just print all of this crap out. Weird. All right, so the audio player we know is null because it is our very first time through. So, wait a second. That can't be true because it would short circuit here if it was null. It would short circuit. Let's see what it says. It's so weird that this used to work on the Windows machine. But now we have that weird issue. Interesting. But that's odd. Because we would have made it here. Is this Edge? Or is this Chrome? I think this is just Chrome. Yeah. I have the Edge beta on here, though, for Linux. That's just not what I happen to be using.
This yak is as smooth and pink as it's going to get, sir. Shall we move on?
Okay. All right. So here's our issue. Oops.
Sir, please. It is not only your reputation at stake here. Do be careful.
So we end up in a weird state, I guess. Because the first one fails because of that browser thing. Oh, wait. Yeah. So yours just failed, I think, because this auto refreshed, right? Now, if I interact with the DOM, wait, failed to load. Wait.
Catastrophic failure detected.
Okay.
Evacuation protocol has been initiated. Abandoned ship. SOS. Abandoned ship.
So our weird issue here is that everything works fine except because that first one breaks due to this DOM exception, it throws everything else off. So, oh, what is this, Rocker Boo? Oh, of course this is going to open in the other browser I have. Okay. Chrome's autoplay policies will change in April to blah, blah, blah. New behaviors. Stricter autoplay policies in order to improve the user experience, minimize incentives. All right. Here's the one thing to remember. Don't ever assume a video will play and don't show a pause button when the video is not actually playing. So, I mean, we could take this promise, right, and catch it so that we don't get in that weird state. So then if we click on things after the fact, it'll get going. But we need a way. Yeah, so here's one of the things I wonder. If we put it in as a browser source, is that going to break, right? Because that's my fear, right? Like if we just run this in a browser here and I just have to start it and click and then we're good, then, you know, it's not a big deal. But ideally, we want this running in a browser source inside of OBS itself. So we need to figure out whether that's going to be an issue. There's no Chrome permissions layer. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. What's the worst that can happen? We crash OBS? All right, add a new browser source. We're just gonna call it Eric Bot Dev. I have OBS up here in case everybody's wondering why I'm looking to the heavens. Okay. It's gonna be really hideous in front of the screen for just a second. We're gonna close this. Hey Yoda, what's going on?
This yak is as smooth.
Oh,
and quick as
perfect.
it's going to
Okay.
get, sir. Shall we move on?
So it's gonna work as a browser source. So we just have to remember for right now while we're running it in the background that, wait a second.
Don't you have more important tasks ahead, sir? If you shave one more yak today, you could start your own farm.
Weird. I had a bunch of stuff just like turn off on me, like my desktop audio and everything. All right, so it looks like that's gonna work even when it's hidden. Let's try it.
Sir, please.
Yeah.
It is not only your reputation
Okay,
at stake here.
so
Do be careful.
I've got it hidden right now, and it's still playing the audio. All right, works for me. So I guess we can close this ticket. I'm just gonna add a note to it. This is only an issue when testing locally. Autoplay controls don't exist for the browser source. Oops. Okay. Yay, we fixed a bug. Okay, so now let's go remove all of this. Where did we put all this code? Yeah. So is it command.go that we put all the other crap? The new NVIM LSP stuff is actually working pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Let's see.
Sir, if I may be so bold
Okay,
as to
sweet.
speak for the viewers, you clearly seem to be enjoying yourself, but we haven't got all day.
So now we just need to, yeah, I love the inline error messages too. And this is so crazy to me because I thought I was doing okay on Windows. I was like, this is not bad. It's not exactly Linux, but hey, you know, for some of the things that I miss about Linux, you know, there's less struggle too, right? Like I can just buy hardware and I don't have to worry like, does this work with Windows, you know? And things like that. But it's funny when I actually come back and set everything up, I'm like, what the hell was I doing on Windows? I'm so much more efficient with i3 and things. Yeah, sound sucks, video sucks, any kind of video conferencing stuff sucks on Windows. Like kernel updating and breaking NVIDIA drivers, you know. I never have to worry about like if I run a kernel update on Windows, whether or not I'm gonna have to fix my X server. Okay, so our other issue was OBS was not connecting. So we've got to figure that out. And then we do have to figure out so this is where we had OBS. No, just have to worry about if your computer will ever boot up again. So funny story. Funny story. So I decided that I needed to install Zoom, right? Inevitably, everybody wants to use Zoom, so I went to install it, and I went to let's see, where is it? I went to their docs. Zoom, Linux. All right, so they do have like a whole section here. They actually have like Arch listed. I was like, sweet. Okay, so they give you this command here. I think that I had undone something and just had a tar file. I think. I don't really know. I wasn't really paying attention. It was late at night and I was exhausted. And so I ran this command and it wiped my entire bin directory, lib directory, everything. So like bash didn't exist on there anymore. Everything was just screwed. And I had spent like 2 days setting up this system. And yeah, so what I ended up doing was I booted the Arch USB stick, and then I just created a temp directory, which I pack strapped, and then I just copied over all of the bin and lib files because my Etsy directory was fine, my home directory was fine. So I copied over all of that stuff, and then that got me to a bootable state, and then I just did a pacman QQM, and then piped that to pacman S to just reinstall all of the packages that it said I had installed. And that got me like 99% of the way restored. Sometimes Linux sucks, and then sometimes it's amazing. Okay. So, all right, so here's our issue with OBS. It's this simple. This right here is because there was a bridge interface between WSL and Windows. So I had this logic that tried to figure out what the bridge interface was so that it would figure out the IP address. So we can fix this pretty quickly. Well, I can fix this pretty quickly, and you all can see the secret screen. So OBS host equals localhost. Okay. Why does it still think that's... Oh, because we updated this in our last thing. It's in our config file now. I forgot about that. I really need to change my mod key. I hate it being the Windows key, but things like using Alt. Listen to my keys typing for the secrets. So there are actually all kinds of things people use to detect the interference from keyboards to figure out what the stuff is in the room. It's really, really crazy. All right, there we go. We are connected to OBS, so we should be able to do an OBS scene. No, it's just scene. Okay. Now I have to remember what I made my hotkeys. That? Okay. So not for Vim Rocker Boo. I'm talking about for i3. I have basically Vim bindings to move around here. But my modifier key is the Windows key. I usually have it be Alt because it's like closer to where my thumb is and I don't have to do this weird bendy thing. I should just do that. You know what? Let's do that. That's what it's always been for years, so we're going back. Mod 1. Now let's see. Yep. All right, we're fixed. OBS scene is too close to obscene. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I think we are where we left off last time. So let's wait. Where am I? So now let's take a look at our issues. Separate name for bot. We can close that. Let's fix our issue from earlier that we just found. What, my NVim setup? Yeah, I've got all kinds of stuff, so I've got, oops. Like a tag browser, all kinds of stuff here. If you want all of my stuff is here. Oh, let's do that. Let's do a dot files. So we need oh, we just need a say. And that's going to update quite a bit because there's some stuff like I have Polybar up here and it's just like a default theme, but I'm going to theme the crap out of it. And I'm going to get all of my colors and fonts consistent across the board. That's like on my mission, on my list right now. So dot files. Ooh. So this is what channel? We need to fix that too. Because do we have that defaulting? Let's see. Dot files. Why did that not work? Why did that not work? Does uptime work? Yeah. Did I not save that? Strange. So why is that not working? I want to add this really quick too. To our issues as well. I know config. No. Bot. Say. Default channel to channel. Bots main channel. No, because we should be online now. Because all the OBS stuff is working, so we are online. So the interesting thing here is that, I mean, we don't have a description, but that shouldn't matter. So what is the difference between these two? Like if we just do test here and we come down here. Now I'm all messed up on my mod key because I changed it. So okay, so it's finding the command. but it's not saying it. Why? Does it have something to do with it being a link? No. Weird. Oh, project isn't working either. Oh, it's simple, everybody. Remember last stream when we consistently changed all of these to lowercase? It's that simple. Oops. I really should just lowercase all of that stuff. We don't need tests, you said. All right, now let's try it. Oh, wait, what happened? I swear I changed that. Wait, what? What? My keyboard or my clipboard is not being friendly. There we go. Okay, so what was the other one we want? We want keyboard. Keyboard. We're going to Twitch say. So let's switch back here. Current. On the way. Future. Ships in October. ZSA.io. Boom. The fact that I switched my modifier key is throwing me off. It's so hard right now. My browser text is pixelated? Oh, we need an OS one too. All right. So here's a question. Do we want it to just, do we want to do a uname-a? Yeah. No, we'll just OS. Arch Linux i3 Window Manager NeoVim Nightly. Okay. The link for the current keyboard is wrong. Let's see. Let's see. Thanks for the follow, Finrail. Link for the current keyboard is wrong. What? How did I mess that up? Computers are hard, y'all. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now we should be fixed. I think. Yeah, I don't know who designed these things. They're terrible. There we go. So now let's go look at the Twitch Say thing, because while we're looking at that, I'd really like to see... No, it's under Twitch Say. So we look at the channel, and a channel is required. But I don't think we want to do that. I think we want to default it. Dot. What's the action name? I think... Oh, wait, because we're going to have command and channel. So what I think we should do here is if the channel... Yeah, so that's our to-do. We're just going to set channel equal to command.channel. And then if the arguments include a channel, then we're going to override channel args channel. If I could spell. I swear, like, my hands are really close together on the keyboard, and I end up typing the wrong letters all of the time, which I think is going to make that split keyboard so much nicer. Okay, so... Yes, future is spelled wrong. Ah, I can't spell? Wait, what are you doing? Uh-oh. Did I just accidentally... I just tried to open up a binary in NVim, and now it does not like me. There we go. All right. You are correct. Future is spelled wrong. Future. All right. Moonlander reminds me, I got started on streaming my Ergodox build. Oh, you got to get started on streaming. Nice. Yeah, I'd love to see that. I did not go the Ergodox route. Lots of people had them, and I was sort of on this kick, like, if I get too used to it, then it'll be hard to go to a laptop and these things, and I'm finally giving in. Yeah, staying in the home row all of the time is really difficult. Your hands end up like this all of the time. Yes, I do have large ultra wide screens. You can actually, can you see the one behind me? So I had two of those. I had two of those 34-inch ultra wides. Now, directly in front of me, there is a 38-inch ultra wide. And then I have a 27-inch rotated this way that's used for like reference. And then that's sort of, actually, if I switch to... Oops. 2 streams done on the build. Still no Jetson as streaming PC. Yeah, still haven't got the Jetson working. When I replaced my 224s with a single 38-inch ultra-wide, lost your mic. Oh, my mic might not be set up on that scene. I haven't fully set up all of my OBS. So I'll have to remember to do that. That's for when I do embedded stuff, so that I can point like my webcam at the device, which I haven't got to recently. And then also I use it for like guests and stuff. Okay, so unknown event type Oh, this is from the OBS WebSocket thing. Oh, wait. We got to see whether this works now. We need to update our config now. And we're just going to remove all of the Twitch say one. Wait. We're going to remove channel from everything. All right. So now, if this works, we can close that ticket. Sweet. How did I end up with that extra? I somehow ended up with an extra thing here. Okay. So. Oh, we were going to close that ticket. And everybody, I'm going to script the crap out of everything I've decided. Because I had all kinds of things that just worked, right? Like the key lights, which are what are lighting me from the front. They just work. They have a controller on Windows and the Stream Deck plugged into them. And so I had to do some debugging and stuff. And then I found a cool Python library. So now I have, oh, it's just in my downloads right now because, you know, that's why I was playing with it. Boom. So I'm going to script my entire streaming setup, like down to changing all of the colors around me and setting up this layout. It's happening. All right. So we can close all that. We can close that. We can close that. Strobe. We could do that. We could implement a strobe. We can close that issue. Yeah, so I don't have the voice stuff set up. For that, I was using a VST plugin that I bought for Windows, and that doesn't work. I do have on my laptop over here, I was looking some stuff up. I do have some Linux VST plugins that should work. I have not set those up. I will probably play with those tonight, maybe. I mean, I could probably stream while I'm doing that. It'd probably be boring for most people, but... Okay. Are they free? Yeah. So here, if you guys are interested here, let me just open my laptop real quick. Okay, so thanks for the follow, Finrail. All right, so one of them is lspplug.in. Nope. LSP. Is it just because it's not HTTPS? I swear to you, that's what I have open over here. What? Thanks for the host, Yoda. All right, so why is this not working? Do I have internet? I mean, I should have internet. LSP plug.in. Oh, I had plugin. Okay, so this is one of them that I found. And then the other one that I found was the wave Odin.com/Odin2. And here's the other one that I found. So I have not started to play with these things yet, but I will probably do that tonight. These are just VST plugins. We should be able to apply them to the microphone source and then tweak the sounds to get something we like. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to name them. It's going to take a little playing around with to get a specific sound that I'm looking for. So that's what I'm going to play with and hopefully get back some of the audio stuff. Okay, so we just added another. Oh, right. So let's go ahead and fix this one while it's fresh in our head. Okay. It is in Twitch. That's all of our test raid stuff. This is where we broadcast the message. Thanks for this follow, Subby. So this is message channel equals config name. Wait a second. Okay, so this is where we're checking. And so we need to look at our config, because we do have a config value as my, what is this? Where are we using that at? Maybe we should put main channel. And we need to figure out where we're using that. Okay, so that's the messages. Hue, nope, we don't care about that. Command, we don't care about that. Okay, so we do need to do it in twitch.go. Online. Ooh, we have something hard-coded in there too. All right, so line 73. We need to change this to main channel. We also need to go into the config. No. Where is it? Oh no, it's in our Twitch file. I used to DJ when I was younger, but I didn't do a lot of like synthesizer stuff. My brother is super into all that stuff, like uses Logic and everything. He's a lot smarter when it comes to that stuff than I am. I'm better at Linux, he's better at music. All right, so we've got our main channel there. We need to figure out why on line 88. Oh, okay, so this was that raid thing. And this was the one where I don't like the idea that that is still left in there. Yeah, we'll leave it there for now. All right, so we have our main channel. What feature were we working on again? Oh, all right. Okay, so on private message, this is where we give points. We don't broadcast these anyway, so we also need to add a check here that says if the message dot, is it channel? Wait a second. Why are you? All right, so LSP might be failing me now. If message dot channel not equal to, wait a second, we've got the same check here. I guess we have to have it in 2 places anyway. All right. All right, so now we're saying that if the only if the message channel is the same as the main channel, do we want to broadcast it? And then I guess we need to open our browser source here again. And then, oh, we need somebody to say something. Let's twitch.tv/AR, right? We're going to pick on Aaron. Oh, actually, he may be live right now. He is live right now. All right, maybe we don't want to pick on him yet. Let's go to Began's channel. And we're just going to go in the chat. Oh, I'm there. Okay, perfect. That didn't show up. That means we fixed it. Close in another one. All right. I don't want to mess with the browser source stuff right now. Hey, Eric.dev, did you ever publish a post from that Jetson as streaming PC? No, I did. I never did post anything about that. I wonder if I still have all my notes on it. I'm trying to remember where we went wrong with that. I guess I could rewatch the video. Handles and emotes. No path reversal strings exist. Word wrapping in chat. Let's start looking at, and that's going to be a big one. All right. Let's take a vote. We can either start working on doing some refactoring here where the sounds can have any extension, so we're not sort of tied to that. Or we can start working on, well, I guess we could do that as part of it too. Or we can start working on some of the stuff like retrieving badges, or we can work on triggers. And the idea for triggers are that if we go check out our config here, we have these like lists of commands. And commands are basically things that we initiate when we see a message come through. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to come up with an additional thing called triggers. And then maybe, you know, one could be like raid, and here's what happens, right? Just, you know, we could have like OBS scene changes. We could have, I don't know. And so the idea here would be that you can respond to these however you want, right? So one of them might be like, you know, on a follow, we could blink the lights or something like that, right? Oh, that's actually a really cool idea. And we could probably, let's see. Yeah. Just thinking here. So we'd need to register these things, and then we could, and they could be an array of things, right? Because we might want to do multiple things. I suppose we could handle that as just a list of actions, but maybe we should have an array of things that all happen. Let's do that. What was the alert? No, it was alarm. So we're just going to take this list of actions here. And we're going to steal that. And we're going to come up here to this trigger. And we're just going to say follow. We're missing one, right? Okay. So now in theory, we kind of define this thing called a trigger. We name it. I don't think the name is as important. Oh, no. That's right. It's based on a very specific thing. So I think we should also prefix this Twitch follow. So let's go check out our triggers. And let's see. I think for now we can just have it be an array of actions. Thanks for the follow, earbuds. We're about to do some stuff when follows take place too. All right. We're just gonna have this be an array of actions for now, right? Yeah, because it's not an action func. Okay, so this should work. So now we need to create a function for this. So we've got, where's our execute command? Let's locate it somewhere near there. Execute command. Func execute trigger name. What am I doing? Name string. All right. So now the first thing we need to do is we need to if config.triggers name I'm mixing up languages here. All right, so we're gonna say T, okay. If it is found, then we have execute action, right? Module name string args. I'm just looking through here. So we've already got this execute command thing, which is what maps to the user command. And we check whether or not these things are possible. And then in here, we're looking to see whether the registered action exists. Well, we already do that here. So we do need the module, the name, and the arguments. Are we separating those inside of our config here? No. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, so we need to split that. So this is what we're going to use. We're going to split on the separator. So we've checked to see in our list of triggers that this trigger exists. Now we need to... We're going to have to document the list of triggers that are available too. But for now, let's just get it working. All right, so inside there is a list of actions. So we want to... range over the list of actions. Then we're going to need to split that. So I'm just going to call this parts for now. Strings dot split. I always forget the order. I think it's the string first. Dot. We broke lots of things. We fixed lots of things. And now we're trying to break them again. All right. So what was in that action type? Now I'm so confused. This is where my stuff is failing me. I think it's name. Set a mark here. Let's just go look for it. It is name. Name args. User arg map. We don't need to do an arg map for that. We just need to do args. All right, so there's our name, our separator. I'm gonna look. Which order? Separator second. Okay. We're gonna split that. Now we can call execute action, and then we need to pass it a module, which is parts 0, 1, and then triggers is up. I cannot type. I don't know whether that's me or the keyboard. Okay, so, and then we need a dot args. Args. All right, so the other thing we need to do is also check that the length of this is at least
Someone find you
greater than
interesting, sir.
equal to
It
2.
appears we have a new follower.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. We need to do that. We need to add that to our list of actions. So, all right. In theory, this should work. So let's go add that too. Good call on that, Rocker Boo. All right, we need sound. Where's our trigger? Oh, wait. What is that? Oh, that's the arg map. So we actually need to fix that. All right, so this is our place sound. We're gonna get rid of the arg map because there's no way to pass arguments. So sound is going to be follower. And then hue. Wait, what did I do here? All right. I don't know, I'm kind of liking the pink. Let's do it pink. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. You didn't miss much. We fixed a few things. Right now, we're trying to implement the concept of a trigger. And so a trigger is going to be, the bot will notice something happen, and then it will trigger commands to be called. Oh, wait, we can't do this. Because follower is actually something that we cannot look at. I forgot about this. So let's just call this Twitch chat for right now. Is this broken? Oh, that's right. All right, so we do need to go into the Twitch logic though here first. And the other thing we need to do here, I guess, is bot.execute trigger. And we're going to tell it this is twitch.chat. Unfortunately, however, there was no fire hydrant at the location in question, so there's no large volume of water. Oh, we've got something broken in command.go. What did we break? Oh. Uh-oh. Type 149. What are we talking about? What did I mess up here? Not enough arguments in call to... Ooh. Execute action wants a user command. I forgot that we had to update that last time because some of the commands actually want access to the original thing. So we might need to... All right, so we're going to have to assemble a command. I don't like this. It's sort of like a... The only thing it really cares about... I guess we're gonna have to set this up and call it enabled true. Offline's fine. Args, is that what it is? Description, that's not going to be needed. Points, that's fine that it's 0. Actions, I guess, is really what we want. Actions. That's A. What else do we have? I forgot we tied that there. No, that's T. So, I mean, at this rate, then, we might as well just come up here and create a command. We'll just call this, we'll just prefix it, trigger. And we'll do a fumped sprintf here. I know there's stuff missing. Name. All right. Then we supply the actions. Is there anything else that might be useful here? Oops, that is not at all what I wanted to do. Yeah. All right. So then we can just dump all of this. All right. Why is that not automatically formatting on me? We've got to have an error here. 163, unexpected new line. Oh. I know we're not used. Okay, so then we should be able to just say execute command. This command that we... Ah. Uh-oh. Like the Power Rangers. All right, so... Crap. So I think we actually do need to do the other way, because we don't want a user command, we want this thing. All right. Where did we get rid of all of the other stuff? Oh no, it wants a user command. Ah, man. That's not gonna work. We coupled it too much. So, let's see. We need a channel, user ID, username. So we can either try to make this stuff up. Or we can pass an empty value. So we're going to have all of this stuff. So is there anything we can supply here? I guess the channel thing. Thanks for the follow, Rojo. So the channel here, I guess we could have be the main channel, right? Oh no, because that's gonna go in the Twitch. Maybe we leave it to the trigger to do that. Does that make sense? Yeah, we could do that. Right, because we're going to want arguments. Okay, yeah. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to leave this to the caller. We may change that later, but here's what I'm thinking. So if we go into here, we need to pass it a command. This is a bot user command. And it would like to know a few things. It would like to know the user ID. And I mean, I suppose we could send who that user is, right? u.id. That's username. We could send you user.displayname. And we could send you the channel. And the channel is message.channel. And there's no args. I've been helping too much. I haven't even coded anything yet. Only a few bug fixes. It's going to be nice once I unload some new code. All good though now. My NVim has even more cool things and I've learned more about Lua. Nice. Yeah, sometimes you can go down a rabbit hole of like environment setup and I guess command is just going to be I don't know. Trigger? I don't know. I don't think that that really matters so much. We can probably just leave it empty. We'll refactor later, I guess, if we need to. Missing return at end of function. Online 170. Should we bail early? Yeah, we'll leave that for now. Invalid character. What are we talking about? Oh, this is in the JSON. This is in our config. I'm really surprised all of this is working. OBS is not crashed. Linux is working fine for me. I'm a little messing around on my keyboard a little too much, but it's all good. All right, so we know it's somewhere in here, right? So that's there. Invalid character after array element. Oh, wait a second. That's our issue there. So that's our list of actions. Okay. Is that right? Is that all? Cannot unmarshal object into ghost struct field config triggers of type. What did we do there? All right, so here's our config trigger. So we need a new type. Because it doesn't know how to do that. Because okay, so because it's an object. Let's leave that nested. Yeah, because we could make that an array and it would be fine. Yeah. I keep using the wrong modifier key to like move between windows in Vim and move between windows in i3. Yeah, I:'Q all of the freaking time. Like in every app. Alright, so we need to... Where do we define command? Alright. Type. Trigger. Struct. And we just have one thing, actions, and that's going to be slice action and JSON actions. Now we should be able to now come into triggers and change this to map string trigger, and then that's going to break where we actually try to do something with it, but that's okay. Can't range over type T trigger. We need to go to line 167 and we want to range over the trigger dot actions. All right, here we go.
Someone finds you interesting, sir. It appears we have a new follower.
Sweet. Okay, so, we changed the pink. We want room alarm, right? What did we do for alarm? Room hue. Room alert. Oh, right. This is what we really want. We need this still. So we're change the hue to pink. There we go. And we wait. No args. Right? Let's try it.
Someone finds you interesting, sir.
Look at that.
Yes, we have a new follower.
Nick's, yes. It's
Someone
all
finds you
Philips
interesting,
Hue
sir.
stuff.
It appears we have a new follower.
I've got a few different sets. Like when I first come on, they're different colors, but I've got like 6 hue lights in the ceiling. There's a few inside my ceiling fan. There's one right up here.
Someone finds you interesting.
There's
sir.
rope
It
lights
appears we have
here,
a new
rope lights
follower.
under here, rope lights in the top cabinet there and underneath,
Someone
and then
finds
that
you
rod.
interesting, sir. It appears we have a new follower.
So working with them has actually
Someone
been,
finds you interesting, sir. It appears we have
we're-
a new follower.
we're gonna have to change this.
Someone finds you interesting, sir. It appears we have a new follower.
Okay. I need to turn this off because for testing, we had it on every
Someone
chat
finds you
message.
interesting, sir. It appears we have a new follower.
Question, do I have enough lights? I'm not sure. I was thinking about ordering more. I may have a problem. You may have to stop me. It gets really fun when you're like, especially when you allow people to control them. I haven't opened up the individual scenes, but right here you have like this room thing. But I want to start adding commands where you can change, you can talk about this desk as a whole or that desk as a whole or my ceiling. Okay, so we have sort of this alert logic here. So now we don't have access to, can I wear the lights? I could. I mean, we could get some wearable IoT stuff. And so let's see. Oh, you were asking how is it to work with from a dev perspective? It's actually pretty good. The Hue Bridge is the thing you talk to, and you talk to that over HTTP. I'm doing it in Go. I happened to find a library that already existed in Go for interacting with it. So that's just what I do. Okay, so that is working. I suppose we could close this ticket, right? Because we have the concept of triggers there, but really I want to implement a few of them. So which things do we get? Let's go into our Twitch. Nerd Tree would have Vim noob. Yeah. I don't know why I have it open there. I never used to use Nerd Tree at all. I would always do this stuff, and now it's habit because if you're new to the channel, I've always been a Linux and Vim person and i3 person since like 2002. I work for Microsoft as my day job, and I hadn't used Windows since Windows XP. And because I worked for Microsoft and everything, I decided, I don't know, 6-9 months ago, like people are showing me WSL and VS Code and VS Code Remote. I'm like, I should really check my assumptions about these things. And so I decided to do like this long test to see whether I could develop off Windows. So I've been in VS Code and WSL for like the last 6 to 9 months. So I'm a little rusty. So yeah, I have that there because freaking I was used to seeing it in VS Code for the last 6 months. But now I'm back home to Linux and Arch Linux, i3, and Vim. So a little bit of breaking habits. If you can find a way to make it not gaudy wearing LEDs, that would be legit, unless you're going to play rave music all of the time. VS Code might, but you got to remember, I didn't use Windows and VS Code enough to become really proficient and to have my whole environment set up. So like I was in this weird state of I was using Windows, but I wasn't quite, a developer that develops on Windows. Yeah, I hate the way the path works and how environment variables too. That's just terrible. Attach an LED strip we can control to your headset. Okay, so I know that we had some other... Here we go. So we can get subs, resubs, sub gifts, a non-sub gifts, gift paid, reward gift, a non-gift. So we can trigger all of these, I guess. So the only thing we don't get is follows, I guess. I don't have a headset though. You want me to just like string rope lights all across this and we can blink them? I mean, I could bring that thing over there, that big rod. I could just set one right next to my face. Play around with the fancy icons, what, that I have like set up over here? Clipping that second. What are we talking about? So let's, where is our trigger? So sub. Now here's the question. What channel did this happen? And let's comment this out for a second. So this is user notice message. So this is like where we were simulating stuff, remember? That's what all this was for. So this was when we connect, we were like fake. We started working on this a while back, and now I'm trying to remember. Don't look in current working directory. Yeah, that's all the Hue stuff. It's all in command. We need to go through and remove a lot of this stuff here. Weird, that song sounds like it's skipping, but it's not. Ah, crap. Rocker boo. Big rod, I could just set one right next to my face. Big rod. You're like always on it with these freaking things. Okay, so we had this thing, and I remember we had spit out... Ah, crap. I know we had like all this test logic for... Oh, this is funny. So this must be where I was... So we need to look at that. So that's the message, but we had one up above that we copied that we were just basically like simulating. Let's just look at this. Right. Okay, so this is when we caught Clarkio raiding us. So this was our raw JSON. Let's see. Can we get Prettier to... Do I not have that installed here? I swear I had like Prettier here. Guess not. Yeah. Definitely got to get the Prettier going. All right, let's see. Plug. Vim Prettier. I think do I have to reinstall before I do this? Is it in the list? I don't see it. I think it's one of those things where I have to open it again. Oh, there it is, Vim Prettier. I see it. Have I tried Tree Sitter for syntax highlighting? So I've been meaning to look into Tree Sitter. I've seen when other people have opened up their files and had Tree Sitter going, and I have not seen anybody use it yet. So is that something I should roll with here? Let's see. Where was I? What was I doing? You use Tree Sitter. All right, what repo should I pull that from? Let's see. Sample. No Prettier. Do I need another executable for that? This is one of those NPM things, isn't it? Yeah, this is my first day really developing and streaming on Arch since I've been back, so this is kind of fun. Finding all of the things I'm missing. Boom, there we go. All right, so this is the Tree Sitter that I should be using. Let's check it out. All right, we can close all this stuff. Is this just gonna work, or does it need like a crap ton of configuring like LSP does, Rocker Boo? Let's see, Tree Sitter, install Lua. I need to install the languages. Okay, takes a bit to set up, but for me, the better syntax highlighting made me quite a lot more productive. All right, I'm in. I'm down to try some new things. All right, so let's open up my config. Go. Ooh. Rust. Lua. Let's see. Oh, I can do a bunch of them. All right, so we need JS, HTML, CSS, TS for TypeScript. Parser not available. Maybe it's JavaScript. Let's try it. JavaScript, TypeScript. Yep. All right, there we go. Appreciate it. All right, so now, oh, that reminds me, we need to get access to these profile images and stuff like that. Okay, so it looks like we get like this whole object back. So that's the raw message. Now I'm trying to remember how all of this stuff worked. I want to do this. Modules, Twitch, twitch.go. All right. So we don't really need that anymore, I don't think. We don't really need that. Notification. All right, so this is really what we're working with here. What's in this type? Oh, right. Okay, so this is what we were looking at. Let's just split that over here. Example, notification. So inside here, we have a user. I don't see that. Raw type, tags, message, channel, room ID, time, emotes, message ID, sysparam, system message. Now I am confused. Because I don't see any... I don't see any of that stuff. You guys see this? So that's raw, which is what up here. We've got the type, then we've got the raw type. We have the tags. We've got the message, which is a string channel. Tags, message, channel, room ID, time, emotes, message ID. So we don't have the user information inside here. So we'd have to parse this all out ourselves to get the user? That's not right. I mean, we could use the display name if we wanted to like say something in chat, or you know, the system message, we could use that to display that to the screen, right? I guess here's the user ID of that person. And so we're already looking at the message ID to figure out what happened. That's fine. So I love that there's an unraid. All right. And then there's a message params. Oh, there's their profile image and the viewer count. So I guess we could look at this for that. What cursor? You're talking about inside Vim? I'm not sure what you mean. You mean like when I do this? I'm just clicking. But I have been using my keyboard for most of it. You're talking about because my terminal emulator allows me to click with my mouse? Yeah, that's a terminal emulator feature. So if you are curious, this is the terminal emulator I am using, and I'm using it for a couple of reasons. So I'm using this for a couple of reasons. One, it's ridiculously fast. It's GPU accelerated. Two, it is written in Rust. And three, what is really, really funny here is, so this Alacrity, if we go look at me. Actually, here, we'll do it here. If we just, we'll full screen this real quick. Let's do a log. Look at this. That is also a misspelling of the word alacrity, and that's been like my online handle since I was a teenager. You need to do st mouse equals a. Yeah, you can do that on, yeah. So you can do that inside of Vim, as long as your terminal emulator also plays nice. I also have st on here too. I've just been playing with this one because there's a lot of things that I like about this one for like streaming and things like that. So as an example, I've got two open here right now, but check this out. If I come in here and I edit my config here, and let's say font size 28. Boom. It updates everywhere. And it does it instantaneously. So I really like that, so that I can like bump up my font size and things like that for streaming and stuff, and I can put it back. I'm just gonna set it with a stream command and like a stream teardown command. Okay, so where were we? How are we doing on time? All right, I'll probably stream for about another hour. I've got some stuff I got to do this afternoon, so I can't really stream as late as I have been, but I'll be back on Wednesday. But we're going to go for another hour and see what we can figure out here. Okay, so, oh, we have badges information here too. Thanks for the follow, Nixiative. How do you pronounce that? Nixiative? Nixiative? All right, so let's do raid first, being that we have an example raid. All right, so we've got this message. Oh, I think we need a generic thing too to be passed here. So the more I look at this, because there's a lot of information we may want to pass down. Right? Because there's a lot of information lost. We only have the ability to say that there was a raid. The user ID and username and the channel that it occurred in. And I don't like that. So we are going to need this trigger to do something. So this is actually turning into a little bit bigger of a feature than I was thinking initially. So let's go into our command.go. I don't like the execute thing either. Args. Like, do we just pass in map string here? Or do we do an interface and then allow, then force the callee to type assert it? Because there's a lot of useful information in here that we're going to want to pass along. Debating. Let's do this. We're going to go map string interface for now. No. Okay. No, we're going to do map string. And the reason for that is this. Inside of this actions, when we execute the action, we have arguments that go to the action. So that means that we can just pass in the args. Wait, where's this a.args coming from? That's not going to work either. What's in a normal command? Let's see, does it make more sense to do that? No, that's not what I was looking for. What's a user command? Name description, yeah, that's not what we're looking for. So in a user command, we have args. Yes, okay. So that's what we can do. The user command is already coming from... This is already coming from the chat, and this is how actions are responding. Never mind. That's a slice. Crap. So we have this weird issue right now where a trigger occurs, and let's just go back to our Twitch logic here. An action occurs, and right now we only have the ability to pass this stuff, and I think there's also an args, right? Oops. Yeah, so we have the ability to pass a slice of arguments. So, I mean, I don't like it. I don't like it. So args represents like if you type a command in chat, right? Let's just... So if you were to, type in, hue pink or, I don't know, help sounds or something, right? So when we execute the action, we pass along everything here because you may say sound yak, right? We want you to be able to look at these things and do things with them in the individual actions. So we pass along all of those things inside of arguments. And I was thinking maybe we could reuse that to pass along data from the trigger. But that's not going to work because this, we really, ideally we want like a real type here, but worst case scenario, we want a map. So how do we get that information to the action? Does it matter? That's a very good question too. Does it matter? Because we probably want to do some very hard-coded stuff here in the bot, right? So we want to notify WebSocket to display the message. Let's see, features. We're just going to list out a few of them here. So, all right, so notify the WebSocket to display the message. Then we may want to say like give rater points, give rating party member points. I don't know. So we have some like very specific things that we want to do. But aside from that, does it matter? Because a lot of what we'll probably be doing inside of our notifications is, you know, blinking the lights or triggering something else. Just my thought. Anybody have opinions here? I mean, because there may be some things we want to do. Let's look at our config. You know, we may want to say something in the chat. But do we just put that here? So that's my thought. Maybe the trigger is just the ability to just tell you that it happened. And then you can react to that. But it would be freaking nice if you could have access to this information. Like, what if you wanted to know how many people it was, or how many bits somebody cheered, or things like that? Yeah, they are very different, and that's the problem. And we sort of coded ourselves into this sort of... So if we look at it, let's go look at the action stuff. We might need to refactor some stuff. So what we did, I think last stream, is we introduced this logic here where the action itself gets information about the user command. And the reason we had to do that was for the built-in stuff. Oh, no, it's in bot. So if we look at the shell exec one, and I did uptime as an example of so here is an example of one so that you could pass arguments. And that's really the reason that we did it. And I think that we use it in other places too. So I like that you're tossing this idea around with me here, Firepower. So let's go look at our command.go here. And so here's our user command. So the question is, does this become... Do we make this more generic? So maybe it's not a user command. Maybe it's... because we don't use it anywhere else, right? Does it go? Callies. Oh, because I have a bunch of stuff disabled for that. Yeah, we'll just AG it. Because if all we're using this for is to execute command, execute trigger. So it looks like a lot of what we're using it for is just as parameters into our actions. And where is user command getting created? Let's close this for right now. Execute command. Where's that being called? Where is that being called from? So it's only being created here in Twitch. Okay. Yeah, so a lot of this is like we've been evolving the code base over time for certain things. And so even though I'm going to get some hate for it, I'm going to open up NerdTree here and I'll just give you a little project layout. So we have sort of like this command stuff, and that's because in addition to the bot running, we can do things like Eric bot dev hue list lights, right? Lights list. So everything command line, what? Hue, oh, light list. There we go. So boom, there's like all the lights here. So all of the stuff that's surrounding like the command line itself exists there. And then we have, the bot logic itself has some built-in commands that register themselves. But then we have alert 1. Oh, did the bot die? Oh, hold on. Let's fix this because we broke it. We broke it. That's in. There we go. All right. All right. Now back to the explanation. Okay, so that's sort of like bot built-in stuff. And then the command stuff is what I just showed you. This is for the browser source that we're working on as well. And then those are just sound files I have. So then we have modules, and modules provide actions. So, for example, hue. And so this registers itself. That's just its config. Its init function will go out to the bot, and it'll register the module and what actions it has available on it. And this is just an init function that the bot is going to call when the bot starts up, passing it its own data from here. Thanks for the follow, Warkride. So here we enable the modules. If the module is enabled, it will pass this data in to there, if that makes sense. So for Twitch, this is what's coming in its own config. It unmarshals its own config. And then that's how that works. And then when we look at this here, commands are how we register ourselves. That's what it looks for in the chat. There's some stuff about it enabled and disabled, and then there's a list of actions. And you'll notice here's bot shell exec, but we could go find hue, room brightness, things like that. So you define in your JSON file a command and then like a series of actions that should be triggered. And the whole idea behind this is that it's a completely extensible bot that anybody can use, because everybody who builds a freaking Twitch bot, it's so tied to their channel and their setup. So this is like, you could just string together these actions, say something in the chat, talk to my hue lights, control OBS, and you don't have to write any code, just JSON. And then the only reason you have to write code is if you want to introduce some sort of new action for the bot to be able to do. So when I introduced the concept of being able to execute shell commands, I wanted you to be able to pass parameters to the shell command. So as an example of that might be, I have this logic here to, it's in my downloads file for right now, but I have this file right now that I'm playing with to control my key lights, turn them off, turn them on. Well, off and on are parameters that I might want you to be able to pass in the chat. So that is sort of the historical part of this sort of thing. So now if we go back to our, I hope that makes sense. It was like a quick walkthrough. So now if we go back to our Twitch module, we can see why that's sort of here. So args, we're passing all of the arguments in so that the action can parse all of the things that were in the chat. But now we have sort of this like new issue. It's not really a user command. But some of the information is still useful, right? What channel did it happen in and which user triggered it? Okay, I can buy that. Command name we could say is trigger, right? So the only issue here is that we have args here. We could add like an options thing here that's like a map string, right? I don't like the name. Naming is not a problem. We can rename that. But we do need to figure out how we're going to pass that data along inside the trigger. Is it Pokemon Battle? I don't know. It's Void by Tiasu. So I've got like Pretzel Rocks playing in the background because I don't know what all the rules are to just using Spotify. I think that they just mute all of your VODs. So I'm just playing Pretzel Rocks for something in the background. Weird. How is the stream quality? Because I feel like OBS is updating like really freaking slow right now. It's not too bad. I do need to figure out why the hardware encoder didn't want to work. I'm gonna have to create a fake Twitch channel just to go live with to figure out why the hardware encoder was breaking. It might just be settings or something. Okay, so let's figure out what this is gonna look like. Because really this is the only place we're using it. So I have the NVIDIA drivers installed. Like, see. Thanks for the follow, Pford. Yeah, I don't know either. I'll spend some time debugging it. So that's actually why I wasn't ready when Began was ready to raid me. Was like,
Someone finds you interesting, sir.
I couldn't.
It
There
appears
we
we've
go.
got a new follower.
What do I need an automated bot for? It's on you, all of you. You got to step up your game. Okay, so we could pass a giant map string. What does it come to us in? What is this user notice message? We do have a message params. Let's look at that again. Message params. Wait. Right here. All right, so message params. We have a display name. We have a login. We have, it looks like their avatar and a viewer count. That may be enough, right? We can pass the channel information. So we may be able to just do a map string. But there's a lot more information in here. Like what badges they have. That comes in. I mean, I suppose we could pass tags in, because tags has all of the same information as message params, right? Plus whether or not they're a mod. My Go Twitch chat client is handling all the... Right. Yeah, I get that part of it, but what we're looking at here... So the problem that we're trying to solve at the moment is just that this trigger logic, right? We execute a Twitch trigger, and we're passing this user command thing. And the reason we're doing that is just because that's the way all of the command and actions logic works right now. And so we need a way of forwarding things. So we have args here, but args is a slice of strings. And we don't really want that because positional is just going to be ugly. Ugly. So the thought here is that we could introduce a new type. And either call it, I don't know, options or params, tags. And then we could just forward along the stuff. So not, Xanis, not an admin override. So the idea here is let's go up inside of our Twitch logic and I'll show you. So if we look at, does Twitch have any actions? Does it register? Yeah, so Twitch registers an action with the bot, which is the say action, right? So when a command inside the file is triggered because whatever you typed in the chat mapped to a command that we registered, like hue or alert or sound or whatever. So that triggers this to be called this say action. the action itself has information like the arguments that were supplied in the config or the user arg map, which is how we positionally map things you typed in the chat into argument names. However, oftentimes they need more information. So in this particular case, the say action needs to know what channel it should say things in, what the user ID of the person is, things like that. Maybe even the command name that was executed. And then the args is basically everything that came after the command name in the chat. And that's why that's sort of passed in. So maybe this isn't a user command. All right, let's go to our command.go and let's rethink out this user command thing. Maybe this is type command params, because it's mostly used for, or is it action params? Or we could call it options. And then we could still have a lot of this same information. Yeah, Vim. Yep, we are back to normal Vim and i3 and all of the goodness. Okay, so here is what I'm thinking. I think that everywhere we use this, because I think when we call execute command, right? Yeah, it's command. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. I think that this really should be, maybe we should just call it parameters. Params. Params. User command. And maybe we can say, let's see, we should separate this stuff. So I think user ID and username are still valuable. The channel that it occurred in, sure. Maybe args is chat args, because that's what we want to know, right? What are the, maybe it's just command args. Yeah, okay, yeah. Because this would be something like, I don't know, alert, right? That's the command name, or sound, right? And then command args would be things like yak, right? I think that makes sense. And then what we want from here is we want basically, I don't know, data. Let's just say that for now. We're just going to do this. And so we need a better name for that. But data is what's going to represent anything we just want to pass along that's basically keyed by a string that may be useful. Could we call it like additional data? Additional params? I don't know. Help me out here. What do we call this thing? What is this? I don't know. We're going to call it data for now until somebody yells at me and tells me there's a better name. And now we get to fix all of the places where it's broken. All right. We need to go to built-in. Let go. And this is, what do we call it? Params? Yep. Are you impressed, Peter? Did you doubt my Vim ability? All right. Has no args. Oh, right. Because we changed it to command args just for. Wait, what? 29. And 53. And 62. And where else? 67. Wow, we use these a lot, huh? I'm going to manually update these just because I feel like args is something that's used for several things. Right. Oh, it's in command.go. 119. $143. Where are you at? $144. What would that? So that is a Windows line ending. Did you see that somewhere in my stuff? Now I'm trying to remember. It's shoot. I used to remember the escape code for that. Now it's funny because I used to do a search and replace all the time on that. Escape sequence Windows line ending. Wait, yeah, I know how to do that part. What's the control sequence? Yeah, DOS to Unix is your friend. What do I have set for line endings in my git config? It should be Unix. I usually set it all to Unix. What is the escape sequence for that? Oh, is it just Control M? No. I don't know. I'll find it. But I used to remember that like off the top of my head because I was often interacting with people's stuff that was written in Windows. Dropping lids. All right. Where'd we leave off? Breaking stuff. See, McCann? I think it was McCann that was gone, right? I was worried about us breaking stuff. We waited till you were back. Ooh. Okay, so this is just all of our plugins. All right, perfect. So let's go into each of those and just do the same search and replace. No. And then OBS. Thanks for the follow, the Mr. Software. All right, let's see. Which one are we missing? Oh, the bot module. Oh, and you. All right. Let's see. Are we gonna compile? No. Line 69. Command args. Right? No, that's action. That's in the wrong place. Where's command.args? Yeah, that's what we want. And I think we're missing twitch.co. Yeah, we're missing twitch.co. Where is it at? Line 127. Oh, command args. We're gonna compile. All right. Ooh, Git works with .config git config now. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so I have like the other thing too, if in your git config, if you don't have it set up, is, oh yeah, I have a bunch of like shortcuts here because I really don't like typing stuff and like I hate remembering, so like I just type git unstage and stuff like that. But set this core excludes file to a .git ignore in your home directory. Little secret there. So I have stuff in there, you know, like Vim swap files and tag files that are generated for me and all of that stuff, just so that I don't have to type it in every single project configuration. Okay, so now we have all of this. Everything seems to be working, which means now we can go back to our command.go. And now params makes a lot more sense. And so, did anybody come up with a better idea for the word data? No? Yeah, I have that in my config. Good point. I put dsstore in it when I used a Mac. Yeah, I have that crap in there all the time. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, we could do some triggers on OBS stuff too, like when the scene changes or things like that. So this data thing is basically, this params is the thing that's being passed to all of the actions when the actions are executed. So if it's a command, meaning that it's something you typed in the chat that was recognized in the list of commands that were configured inside of the JSON config file, it assembles one of these things and it passes it to each call to an action, telling it like, hey, this is the channel that command was ran in. This is the user ID and name of the person who did that. Here's the command that they typed, and here are the arguments that were to that command. Just because some of those things may be recognized inside of the logic that handles the command that was registered by using the config file, but some of those things may be passed through, meaning we want the action to look at the entire string of stuff you typed to be able to do stuff. So this data command now is in the context of a trigger. A trigger can also call actions. It's not going to have command data with it though, but it may have information like all of this stuff that we got from the Clarkio raid that we may want to pass down along, you know, when we call the trigger, so that you can look inside there for things that are interesting to you. Payload. Okay. Payload. Why did you delete everything else? That's weird. Okay. Thanks for the follow, Rayo. Is it Rayulon or Riulon?
Someone finds you interesting, sir. It appears we have a new follower.
What do I need a bot for? I got Rocker Boo. Okay, so Riulon. So long E. Okay. I should make my bot do that faster than you're refactoring. All right, so I guess we'll go with payload for now. That works for me. I mean, we've already had to change the name of it a couple times anyway, so if we need to again later. All right, so inside of here, we could just execute this trigger. That's the channel, and so tag seems like it has the most stuff. So I think that we just set the payload to the message.tags. And in fact, I think that we could just maybe we don't even need all of this. Maybe we just take all of this up here to the top level. Right? And we could just do this. And we could pass in the message ID. This has all this params, but I like the idea of sending all the other stuff too. So this is guaranteed to trigger all of these things and then some. But we'd still want to do document all possible triggers, right? We're going to leave this here to do, leave this here. So we've implemented all notice messages. Just because we don't know what else may come from this stuff. What's really annoying is that we don't get follows here. Isn't that? Doesn't that drive you crazy? We get all of this stuff about subs and resubs and all of that, but I have to expose a web API for a callback to get a follow. It's really weird. Rewriting my website, does it have to be super fancy and flashy? I'm writing this up, and so far it's fairly clean, but also not a ton of happening there. Maybe I need flashing GIFs. You need like a bright star background and like the yellowest of text. And then you need marquee scrolling and blink things, and your email link has to be a little mailbox that opens and closes. I mean, that's the only way to get potential customers. Contextually, it's about what's shown in chat and followers. But, oh, I guess subs and stuff do show in chat, don't they? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get where you're saying. Like, those types of things do show up in chat. But, yeah, yeah, I guess I understand that, but you're talking about the one. That's like the only message that does not come this way. Like, why could you not just give that to us? Unraid. To do. You're dead to me. There we go. They should have an alert stream. Rocker Boo channel points show up in chat, but do not show up in IRC. Notification stream, maybe. That bugs the crap out of me. Yeah, like, why wouldn't they send followers to chat? Follower streaks come to chat. They show up in chat if you use the tags. What do you mean they show up in chat if you use the tags? Are we missing something here when a chat message comes in? Ooh. The tags has the channel points and bits information. All right, I'm gonna spit that out. We're gonna just leave that in here for right now. Oh, wait, no, it's just message. All right, now we just need a follower. Wait, undefined you. What are we talking about? What are you talking about? What did I break? Line 147. Oh, oh, crap. Oh, wait, yeah, there it is. User.id. Message.user.displayname. All right, perfect. Oh, I didn't have the bot running. You're going to have to do it again. Okay, so this has whether or not it's a highlighted message, whether or not they're a subscriber. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see. So that shows up with the tags, right? They're not exposed to message parameters. They're doing their own data structure. Yeah, so we see information about like highlighted messages and stuff, but I don't see anything in there about like follower or anything. All right, what do we got here? This is just badge info. This is emotes. Yeah, I don't see anything in here like related to follows or anything like that. So, I mean, that's another thing we're going to have to handle, I guess, too. User notice. Ah, keeps opening the wrong browser. That's not the one I wanted in. User notice Twitch tags, badge info, color, display name, emotes. Right. Odd, right, message ID. Yep. Turbo. Several other message param fields are sent only for some notices. Message param promo. But yeah, if we look through all of this stuff, though, we can see like raid. So here's like our list of, wait, where is it? Yeah, so here we go. We have sub. These are all the ones that I had that list of, right? But there's no follow in that list. So this is room. Yeah, so it doesn't look like it comes that way. Oh, channel points are bits. But those show up inside of here. Oh no, that's bits badged here. That's not. Oh, right. So you're wanting to see what happens with channel points and stuff like that. Well, somewhere in this list was a highlighted message. That was one of Rocker Boo's. Let's see if we can find it. Oh no, right here, message ID highlight message. So we do get that information. Yeah. So we get information about a highlighted message. It doesn't show the redeemed info. I mean, I guess you know that it was redeemed in the sense that that message comes through that way. Oh, right. Yeah, I don't think you can get access to that, which I think is why people end up creating their own like point systems for that reason. So we need we'll add that here too. To do. Where are the follows? To do. Can we get insight into channel point redemptions? There might be a callback for that. Where's the Twitch? So we don't have that yet. So the only thing we're currently using the Twitch API for, Dr. Dumenberg, is inside of our bot user logic. Is we do have some logic that goes out to the Helix API and fetches a user so that we can map a display name to an ID so that we can store it in our database. And we're using that for like exchange of points when you give other people points. So that's currently the only thing we're using it for. Somebody was talking about PubSub. Well, let's go look at Nick Law's repo here. I'm gonna call it quits here in a couple minutes anyway, so probably no point getting too far in the code. Let's just look at some docs. Oops. GitHub.com/ it was NickLaw5 Helix. Topic user follows. Right. Yeah, so that's actually what I was looking at. Is I know that there's some webhooks for things. I was going to look to see what we can get webhooks for. Okay, stream change. User change. Notice when a user changes information about their profile. Interesting. Transaction created. Sends a notification when a new transaction is created for an extension. Huh? So this has something to do with using bits to purchase things. And these are sub events. We already have that. Do we have Hype Train? No, I don't think that comes through the other thing too. So we need to get Hype from here as well. This is so weird. Like, why? I don't understand. I don't understand. Why do we get like 95% of all of the data through the IRC, the TMI API? You know, I don't even care that we need to like use the Helix API to go ask the Twitch API about stuff, right? Like if I want information about a user, sure, I'm happy to do that. But I hate the idea that I now have to expose an endpoint. That I have to expose an endpoint so that I can get a webhook for stuff. I mean, we're going to do it. We're going to have to anyway. And there was some logic that I remember we were wanting to like separate things out. So here's some thoughts. We can either expose the bot directly. We can expose the bot directly to the internet. And, you know, we can use ngrok or something like that if we want to keep things private. I personally have a really nice firewall and stuff here, so I could open up a port and just expose it and it'd be fine. But so we have to expose it because we need a webhook. Oh, wait a second. Is this just listening? Is it a long pole? Maybe we don't have to expose anything. Does this just wait? Get users, get... All right, I wanna look this up. Let's look in the API for this. I mean, because if it's a long poll, then perfect. Or is it like, hey, just tell me about all of my followers, and then I have to kind of do a diff to figure out who's new? Let's see. Analytics channels. Oh, let me bump up the font here. Whoa. There we go. Streams, time, users. All right, here's a user follow. Get users follows gets information on follow relationships between two Twitch users. Information returned is sorted in order most recent follows first. This can return information like who is lyric following. Oh, who is lyric following? Who is following lyric? Oh yeah, so that's not what we think it is, right? Right. Okay, so the Helix library that we're using, we go out and we fetch that data, whereas this is... Okay, so this here is users follows to... That's asking for a list of followers. Helix users follows. All right, PubSub enables you to subscribe to a topic for updates. The Twitch PubSub system allows backend servers to broadcast real-time messages to clients. Example applications include... Okay. Clients establish a secure WebSocket connection. Ooh. Okay, so this is what we want. Topics include bits, channel points, channel subscriptions, chat, whispers. Where's the follows? Are follows not in here either? What the crap? Oh. Like I was all excited. I was like, here we go. Pub sub. I'm in. No. No. And so it looks like the way this API works is that we ask for a list of followers. Yeah, and so PubSub would even work rather than this IRC client thing that we're using too, right? We could, in theory, just use that. So this says notifies when a follow event occurs. The response mimics the get user. So, all right. Subscribe to or unsubscribe from events for a specific topic. When you subscribe to a webhook, okay. So this is what we're doing. So we have to expose it. That's exactly what we're doing. We have to call out to their URL. We have to register our callback to subscribe. The topic which we want, which is follows. The number of seconds until the subscription expires. So we're going to have to loop that. And then hub secret. Secret used to sign notification payloads. The X-Hub signature header is generated. Okay, so, and this is us so that we can't have people fake stuff. Yeah, so make a follow proxy stream. Yeah, so that was one of the things. We can either expose the bot directly. The other thing that I was thinking about doing, and I'd love your opinion on this, is to split the bot into two components. One component is the thing that runs somewhere, like a DigitalOcean droplet or Azure or whatever. Run it in a container somewhere. Because we're going to start having sort of like, well, what if I'm not online and you're in other people's channels doing things, right? But there are inherently some things that need to run locally. You know, the browser source doesn't have to. It would if the sounds were locally, but the hue light stuff has to run locally. The OBS stuff has to run locally. So we could split it into two pieces where you have a local component that talks to a server component. Or we could just expose the bot to the internet. But that's going to require everybody to do that. Everybody's going to have to expose their bot to the internet, and the bot is going to have to run on their local machine. So, thoughts? Also, I'm going to be doing some additional streaming on stuff. Right now, we're kind of doing some bot stuff, but I'm going to start working on streaming some of the other stuff that I'm working on. So, probably Wednesday when we start streaming, we're going to do some GStreamer. And I don't know whether we have like a... Where's our docs? Documentation. Give me a basic thing here. I just want to show like a thing. Yeah, so Dr. Dumenberg, this is what I'm going to be streaming a lot of, just because I have a project for work that I'm really trying to do. Both for something we're going to use internally and because I want conferences to be able to use this stuff. So, and the thought process behind this entire thing is that this one-to-one stream thing works where I RTMP out to Twitch and Twitch just displays me. But when you think about conferences or any sort of like linear TV, that sort of breaks down, right? Because I may want this channel to show videos when I'm not online, and I may want them to show videos at certain times. I may want to have multiple speakers queued up as well as an MC, and I want to transition to the MC so that the MC can introduce the next speaker and then transition over, and I want all of that fed through the same RTMP feed. So what I envision building is basically, if you're familiar with like the video world, it'd be like a video switcher or production switcher, where you have, say, multiple inputs and you're just transitioning between which input or putting picture in picture. And the plan is to build one of those, but for RTMP and video. So what that would allow me to do is, say, spin up Nginx with the RTMP plugin for each of my speakers, and then have one switcher which goes out and pulls RTMP from whichever needs to go live, and then sends that out one or more RTMP feeds. And we're going to build like a front end for it with a timeline, and then build some logic for like a scheduler so that videos can be done and it can just automatically switch, as well as, say, failover, so that if the bit rate drops on an RTMP feed, it'll fail over to, say, a recording of that talk, or, you know, a backup playlist or something like that. So probably about 1 p.m. Eastern, and I'll be working on this for quite some time. I've been messing around with some stuff. It's going to be in Rust. There's great bindings for GStreamer. As you can see, there's sort of like this pipeline feature of GStreamer where we can kind of have this input source and demultiplex that out. And these things are called pads. And so we're going to kind of mix these things up. And it's probably going to be a lot of me fumbling around because I'm sort of new to GStreamer. I'm definitely new to Rust. So, no, I'm going to stream this. It's something I've been working on. It was actually part of the motivation for switching to Linux. A lot of this is like, especially when I get into GPU decoding and stuff like that, I was just struggling with Windows stuff, and I was already itching to go back to Linux. So that's why I'm here with all of that. It's going to be what I'm going to be working on, like, for my job, like, all day, every day. So I will be streaming this stuff a ton. And then we'll throw in some bot stuff here or there. Maybe at least one day a week we'll work on the bot. And then, you know, if something comes up during the stream while working on this, we'll add something to the bot here or there. And then I know that Aaron Schlesinger wants to do, AR Schless in chat, I know that he wants to do some stuff with the bot too. So he'll probably be working on adding and stuff like that as well. Thanks for the follow, Illizone. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be working on. If you have Rust experience, this is your time to shine.
Interesting, sir.
And come
have a new follower.
Teach me how to write Rust better. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be working on. Tomorrow I'm going to work, or tonight and tomorrow I'm going to work on starting to get my environment set up to do the development on that, so that Wednesday we can start working on that. So it is about time for me to call it quits for the day. Did anybody have any questions about where we're at with the bot in general, if you are new to this channel, or what we're going to be working on as far as the streamer stuff goes? I also already have like an endpoint set up here too that I was playing with. It's learn TV transcoder dot eastus dot Azure container IO. Haha. Yeah, so I have like this basic thing. There's nothing streaming to it right now. I suppose I could look up an ffmpeg command here to push something through it, but do you just wake up awesome? I don't wake up that way. I have to like work my way up to it. I usually wake up pretty groggy and tired. No, actually, like I just like working on cool stuff, and I don't really think very highly of myself as a developer. I just want to work on cool stuff. And this right here is really cool, getting to like turn programming into like a social thing, because typically it's just you sitting alone in a room with some music. And so this has been really, really entertaining for me to kind of collaborate with people and have fun. But I think that perception is often reality. So we develop these opinions of the level of skill people have, and it doesn't necessarily align with maybe the reality or how they view themselves. Oh, you did sounds. Oh, yeah, here we go.
Yeah, it's super creative. So
yeah, I just have a ton of fun building stuff. I like to challenge myself. If you show up to watch the GStreamer thing, you'll start watching me fumble around with Rust and GStreamer and struggle. I've been doing Go quite some time, so you won't watch me struggle as much with this stuff. I'm the only dev in my company even outside of lockdown, so streamers are my coworkers, willingly or not. Yeah. Yeah, it's just nice to have people to bounce ideas off of. And yeah. All right, so I'm going to call it quits for the day. I will see you all on Wednesday. I was thinking about streaming tomorrow. I may or may not. I will definitely be on Wednesday, but I do want some time to get some stuff set up. So it depends on how far I get tonight with setup. There's some other stuff I want to really set up for streaming here and tweaking Linux stuff after the reinstall. But I will definitely see you Wednesday. So I think it is time to do our... what has become a tradition here, and that is to open up our config. Nope, not config.js. Wait, what? Config.json. Oh, because it's not in my Git files, that's why. Scene code. There's just one scene. All right, we need K, thanks, bye. True. And restart. All right, the power is in your hands, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out. I will see you on Wednesday, maybe tomorrow, maybe actually some night. I might stream during the nighttime sometime this week too, if I'm just around messing with stuff. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I'll see you at the latest Wednesday. If you're not already following me, follow me so you get a notification. Can we raid with that? Can you raid with what? You don't want to type you don't want to type it. So I'm one of these days I'm gonna mess with you guys for like the all of the fake ones. Is I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna implement all of them, and then you won't realize it, and then it'll look for just the word thank, and then boom. Oh, I actually thought that ended it, Rocker Boo. I had to look up at OBS to see. I used to have an icon on my Stream Deck that would show me, so I could see the spinner stop. Now I have to look up at where OBS is sitting. You all know that I can end it too, right? Just so you know. I'm not stuck here all night.